Your kid just got cut from JV sports. I have good news. You and she don't have to brood for long because it's an opportunity. Just as most, I'd say a majority of those 45 and older who are listening to this video at one point were laid off or fired from a job. And it was one of the best things in the end that happened to you. I can give the equivalent for the teenager who's just been released from a team. Put the time that you would have put into that JV sport into instead doing well by impressing colleges, and at the same time learning some better English and math skills. It is called SAT and ACT prep. I have been coaching it for over 30 years, and the value has diminished a little bit. Not a lot at the more elite schools. The media is quite misleading because they play to the middle, and if your kid or you are aspiring to a more elite acceptance, they really have not diminished their desire for standards that your kid excels at. So, that JV sport likely would have taken 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, for at least 10 weeks this term. Put that 100 hours into impressing on the English and math and science aspects of the ACT, or cut the science and just do the SAT. It's at most 100 hours of one's time. Students with us work 30 to 35 hours with a tutor and then spend another maybe 50, 60 at most working on practice tests and honing their skills. So while others might be practicing their tushies off, playing once a week in games, yes, fun, your kid will get an asset that is good for college and to some extent good for life. You know, the skills that are taught are worthy when you get to college and maybe worthy for life. The credential that you get, if it's really good, an SAT score that's in the higher reaches for the schools that you want to attend, that's irreplaceable. Literally irreplaceable, because a grade point average can't go up that much more. If you've been even 3 semesters now, you're tail end of sophomore year, those 3 semesters of GPA, unless they're a 4.0, they're locked in, potentially dragging you down. A great ACT or SAT score is not locked in because it's never averaged. The best score that you end up showing colleges is the one that they take. So there is always an upside until you hit perfect. Consider the possibility of working towards perfect, because falling short still means a very good, impressive score somewhere. And for parents, that could mean a very high scholarship from one or more colleges that you get to choose from. Really nice when parents have financed options thanks to the SAT. I actually can quantify this because we hear from our clients at Ivy Bound of the awards that their kids get by the end of senior year, the scholarship dollars. And we are now over $100,000, $108,000 on average is the 4-year award. And that comes from primarily a really high ACT or SAT scores. Grades have something to do with it, but the big driver is these scores. These are merit-based awards. They have nothing to do with the earnings or the savings of the parents. Why do they reward merit? Because colleges still want merit. They like attracting and publicizing their average SAT score of their incoming class. Being in that realm makes you much more attractive. So consider this spring, or maybe wait till the summer, put the time into good grades this spring, and over the summer, put those at most 100 hours towards burnishing a score that will help you for life.